Well, thank you for the invitation to join you today. It's definitely an exciting time for the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources. We have several strategic priorities underway, including transforming graduate education and a focus on holistic student development by linking curricular programming with experiential learning, co-curricular opportunities, inclusive excellence, and student health and well-being. We are also partnering with Nebraska Extension to serve the continuum of learners in Nebraska. The creation of the Northeast Nebraska Agricultural and Natural Resources Education Compact is an example of our focus on the continuum of learners. This compact is the first of its kind for Nebraska. The compact combines the strengths of the partner institutions in the region to meet the diverse education needs of youth and lifelong learners and contribute to workforce and talent development to support economic growth strategies in agriculture and natural resources. This initiative aligns with state and national priorities of improving college and career readiness, education attainment, and community and economic vitality and growth, as well as the End 2025 strategic plan for the University of Nebraska-Lincoln and the Lumina Foundation's goal to increase degrees, certificates, and other post-secondary high-quality credentials from a national average of 48.2% to 60% by 2025. The concept for the Northeast Nebraska Education Compact emerged from listening sessions that Vice Chancellor Bain conducted with stakeholders from Northeast Nebraska. The feedback was grouped into two overarching categories. First, promote greater collaboration between K-12 schools and institutions of higher education, specifically removing barriers for students to transfer between institutions, sharing courses, curricula, and programs to minimize duplication, enhancing internships and experiential learning opportunities, and targeting education towards workforce needs. The second area was assess learner success by establishing benchmarks with K through 12 to see if students are on track, looking at the success of graduates after high school, retention and matriculation success of post-secondary learners, and then finally placement of graduates in high-demand agricultural fields. In August of 2018, the Vice Chancellor convened a meeting with PK-12 20 education partners in Northeast Nebraska to share the feedback from the listening sessions and discuss the Education Compact concept. From this meeting, there was strong support to move forward with development of an Education Compact. The Education Compact partners for this initiative include Little Priest Tribal College, Nebraska Community College Association, Nebraska College of Technical Agriculture, or NCTA, Nebraska Indian Community College, Northeast Community College, Wayne Community Schools, Wayne State College, and the Institute of Ag and Natural Resources, with representation from Nebraska Extension and Kasner. So between September of 2018 and February 2019, representatives from each partner institution worked collectively to develop a draft concept for the Education Compact framework. The underlying question that provided the foundation for development of the framework was, how can we collectively serve the education needs of our youth and lifelong learners in Northeast Nebraska? As a first step, we developed an inventory of partnership programming. Second, we assembled a data analytics platform, and finally drafted a set of goals and strategies. In March 2019, we held a summit to share the framework with community partners and seek feedback on the framework. Attendees of this summit included K-12 public school representatives, the educational service units in that part of the region, the Department of Education, Nebraska Community Foundation, Agriculture and Natural Resources Industries, community stakeholders, Rural Futures Institute, the College of Education and Human Sciences at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, Microsoft, and then representation from the partner institutions, including Nebraska Extension and Kasner. Based upon the feedback received and additional engagement with partners, the working group spent the next several months revising the concept. For example, the suggestion was to narrow the focus to agriculture and natural resources and to reduce the number of goals that we initially started with. So now the framework. I would refer you to the website listed at the top of the slide for additional details on the compact. The purpose was to collectively serve the education needs of our youth and lifelong learners in Northeast Nebraska, and then to contribute to workforce and talent development to support economic growth strategies in agriculture and natural resources. For the goals, in an effort to improve college and career readiness, educational attainment, community and economic vitality and growth, the compact will leverage the combined strengths of the partners to provide education platforms for the continuum of learners in resilient food, energy, water, and societal systems that align with career opportunities for an evolving workforce in our communities. Teacher preparation and professional development programs for pre- and in-service educators that are responsive to the increased need for high-quality K-12 agricultural sciences and STEM educators. Seamless career education pathways to prepare the next generation of professionals, problem solvers, innovators, entrepreneurs, and leaders in resilient food, energy, and water and societal systems. And then finally, workforce development in solutions for the agriculture and natural resources industries in the region. So under each goal, we also identified a set of strategies. For example, for goal number 1, which was based upon education platforms for the continuum of learners related to food, energy, water, and societal systems, or the FUSE systems. Some of the strategies are to develop an inventory of formal and non-formal agriculture and natural resources education programming across the continuum of learners. We want to establish an open access database of agricultural and natural resources curricula and other education resources for K-12 formal and non-formal educators. Design education platforms for the continuum of learners that align with labor market demand for agriculture and natural resources. And then finally, leverage the rich and diverse living laboratories in Northeast Nebraska as engagement centers. And here's an example of where we think about the Haskell Ag Lab and how important of a role it can play as an engagement center for that continuum of learners. So goal number 2 focuses on teacher preparation and professional development programs and thinking about the need for highly qualified K-12 educators in the agricultural sciences, natural resources, as well as the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics areas. So our strategies are to include professional development programming and workshops that are targeted in the space of the food, energy, water, and societal systems. We also want to leverage partnerships that already offer professional development programming in this space, which includes industry collaborations with Nebraska Extension, the Department of Agricultural Leadership, Education, and Communication at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, the ESUs, the Department of Education, Ag in the Classroom, and we also know that there's a lot of great programming that takes place through the Nebraska Ag Commodity Groups. A third area is to establish a Northeast Nebraska Teacher Network program for STEM and Ag educators. We know from previous work that this is incredibly important, particularly for those early educators as they begin their career. And then we want to align STEM teacher programs with agriculture and natural resources. Again, we have examples to demonstrate where we can use our model systems in agriculture and natural resources to teach to the standards that align with the science, the technology, engineering, and mathematics. So a wonderful way to infuse more of the areas around agriculture and natural resources across the curriculum in the K-12 space. So goal number 3 is being intentional about creating seamless career education pathways. And some of the different strategies here really rely on that partnership approach among the partners, not only our post-secondary institutions in creating seamless pathways, but also thinking about how we create that connection with the K-12 pathways also. And then another strategy around this area beyond these different pathways and thinking about barriers is to enhance collaboration among our academic and career advisors through professional development programming. So goal number 4 is on workforce development solutions for the ag and natural resources industries in the northeast part of the state. Some examples of these strategies are first to conduct an external labor market demand analysis for the ag and natural resources industries. Secondly, we want to align the skills, programming, competencies, and credentials offered by the compact partners with demand with the labor market. And then finally, we don't want to do this in isolation, but rather we want to partner with ongoing workforce development efforts in Northeast Nebraska that are being led by the Chamber of Commerce, the Nebraska Department of Economic Development, and the Bureau of Labor. So now that you have an overview of the framework, I just want to spend the last couple of minutes sharing with you the journey that we've been on and what our plans are moving forward. And so last fall, we were able to finalize the compact, and then we had an official signing ceremony back in October 2019. We then spent time from that November up until when things shifted for everyone with COVID on trying to build awareness around the education compact, promoting it among potential partners, as well as developing a website presence. Our goal for 2020 is to begin the implementation phase. And we're really excited to also welcome new partners to our compact program with the addition of Dr. Leah Barrett at Northeast Community College, and then Dr. Larry Gosen with our new dean at NCTA. And so as we begin the fall semester, not only are we navigating the space around our teaching and learning missions with respect to the uncertainties of COVID, but we also want to continue to really rise above the fog of COVID and advance different initiatives that we know are important to our state, and this education compact being one of them. And so all of us as the partner institutions are committed to broader engagement, reaching out to partners, and beginning to implement some of these programming that we know will contribute to helping our learners be successful, helping to contribute to the economic vitality of our communities in that part of the state. So in closing, we are excited to grow our partnership programming in Northeast Nebraska and expand the compact model to other parts of the state. Thank you for your time and your attention today. And if you have any follow-up questions on the Northeast Nebraska Education Compact, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Again, Tiffany Heng-Moss, Dean for the College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And my email address is thengmoss2@unl.edu. And again, thanks for letting me be a part of today's field day.